A knit two together decrease is a right leaning decrease. I've knit to the end of a row and I have 3 stitches left. I'm going to work my decrease over these next 2 stitches so that I have 1 stitch on the end that is not part of the decrease. To knit 2 together, bring the right needle tip over the first stitch and around to go into the second stitch and then the first stitch. So I'm working into 2 stitches together. Then I will yarn over and knit those stitches. That has created a right leaning decrease, which will show up more in just a few minutes when we do a few more rows. I'll knit the last stitch of the row and turn and purl back. Here I've worked to the last 2 stitches of the row, and you can see that I have that right leaning knit 2 together decrease from a couple of rows before. It shows up a little bit better now that we've gotten a little further away from it. I'll do another knit 2 together. This time I'm holding the yarn in my right hand. There's another decrease, and then I'll knit 1. I'll turn and purl back. Here you can see that really right leaning slant of those knit 2 together decreases. How can you remember that knit 2 together leans to the right? There's a cool trick that I use to figure it out when I can't quite remember. And that is to remember that the first stitch that my right needle touches is going to be the one that ends up on top. In this case, the first one that it's going to touch for this decrease is the second stitch, so it's going to end up on top. And if you think about that, that means it's going to have to lean over and cover this stitch. Let's watch that happen. I go over here and knit 2 together, and there is that stitch leaning over and jumping out in front of the first stitch of the increase. In this little swatch, I have been doing an SSK left-leaning decrease along this edge and a knit 2 together right-leaning decrease along this edge. You can see that they are symmetrical. They lean in opposite directions and are mirroring each other. This is the technique that you're going to want to use if you're doing a raglan sweater or something else where those decreases create a line that's very visible. However, you'll also notice that the knit 2 together is a lot smoother than the SSK. If you'd like more knit instruction like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out the links in the video notes for more ways you can find me. Thanks for watching.